What it is, good people. You're now locked in with the baddest chaplain of all time and on the globe, but also here with the Brillisi Mother of Gardens. What's
Hello.
going on? What's going on? Yo, so we're here with the Preachers of LA Season 2 Power Rankings for the first episode. Overall, very disappointing, and we're going to go into it. I think we're going to be faithful. We're going to continue to do the power rankings, but we're going to have to order some hazmat suits because it's getting nasty.
It just seems like a drama overload this season.
Yeah. I don't know if they got like the writers from hip-hop
LA
or Basketball Wives or whatever, but it just feels like, I don't know, Oxygen, they're just trying to destroy black people.
Also seems like they found out a lot about how each other thought of them by watching the show.
Yeah, they had a long summer to sit back and watch those shows on DVR, and now they're like, you might not be my friend.
Exactly.
So we got introduced to Dietrich Haddon and his married family, and he's still the worst.
I wish you could see my face right now.
I know, it's a lot of SMH in here. He first of all, his wife had their second child, and now he feels like he's a pregnancy expert, trying to give her all the advice on what she needs to do. And it's like, stay in your lane, brother, stay in your lane. And then he tried to be like a relationship fixer. Like his mother and his mother-in-law don't like each other, and I'm like, they ain't gotta like each other. You know what I'm saying? But he just always trying to step in, but here's what I would do. Like, no one cares about what you would do.
I also feel like, though, they're just trying to stir up some stuff for the show. Like, why are they both at a table facing toward the camera?
Yeah.
Like, they're not facing each other. They're just sitting side by side.
Yeah, they got the Last Supper table or something. Like, you can't, it doesn't make sense. Remember, we were at Denny's the other day. He tried to make us sit at a counter. I was like, why would I sit at a counter?
And I had a dress on.
And you had a dress on. Like, come on, be tasteful. Be tasteful. So anyway, I also really got upset with Dietrich because he can't take criticism off. For someone who's so opinionated, for someone who has an opinion about everything, he has no desire to be constructively criticized. It's really annoying. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I didn't like that. Also, not feeling Bishop Noel Jones. He got his friend hug on deck. Mm-hmm. That sister's still out here just...
And she's like... And she's like, I feel like we don't have an official title yet, but I feel like we're definitely heading in the right direction.
In the right direction.
With the friend hug.
She needs to understand that JJ the dog is still the first lady.
Still the first lady.
She's on the side. And how he gonna be out here humble bragging? He's like, oh, I've just fed all the orphans in the world. Mm-hmm. And he just always bragging on himself with those Shabba Ranks glasses he had. Like he just came out the Ting-a-Ling video or something. I don't know what's he trying to do with them glasses right there, man. Real disappointing. Yeah. But in some good news, First Lady Hazlett looked really rejuvenated.
Yes, she did. She got her hair did. She got some makeup done.
She's been drinking that green tea.
She looked back at those videos and was like, I need to do better.
I got to do better. I got to get the cucumber slices or something. But, Hazlett, he was really upset, Pastor Hazlett, because he didn't appreciate Dietrich's sucker move. For those of y'all who might not have caught it, essentially, he didn't know that Dietrich's then fiance was with child, and also didn't know that Dietrich and his fiance were already married. He felt like he kind of got brought into it last minute, which is true. It was a rush thing because Noel Jones was over there in, like, I don't know, Botswana or some joint, and he was like, oh, I can't make my flight. Like, you could have text messaged, you could have said something. You know what I mean?
But also, I don't know I can't remember how far in advance they were secretly married before. So maybe she got pregnant in between that period. I think that could have been the case, but he never, because as he was arguing with it, he never brought that information up. He made it sound as if they just, were doing the do before they were even unofficially married or something like that. He made it seem like, He
was like, man of God, you can't criticize me. It's like, actually hold each other accountable. Like, I would love
try and do the right thing after you learn the first time.
Right, you know what I mean? That's how you got into all this mess, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But what about First Lady Gibson, who is the ultimate pusher of envelopes? You know what I mean? Like, always stirring the pot. Always kicking it up another notch. You know what I'm saying? But another positive news. We're going to stay positive. First Lady Cheney, she got into them Shaun T DVDs.
I did not recognize her. I was like, who in the world is this woman in that pastor's
bed? I was really concerned.
Oh my gosh.
And they said something kind of holy and nasty though. Thigh praise. What is thigh praise?
What is thigh praise?
I was really, really kind of put off by that. All the preachers just nasty. Mm-hmm. Nasty. Like, Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
What's that one that's not really in the show? He just shows up every now and then.
Oh, I'm about to talk about him right now. Because he's still one of my favorites, McClendon. Because he is one of the most self-important people I've ever seen on that show. It's just really ridiculous. He's like, I'm very, very important. And First Lady, you must rub my feet. And she's like, I will rub them with my hair. I'll wash your feet with my hair. I was just like, get out of here. It's just being nasty. But hilarious in the same time. The soundtrack for the show was ridiculous. We really need to call a cease and desist.
It's like they had Lecrae back in 2005.
The homemade beats.
Like, what it is, yo. Jesus, yo. What it is, yo. Jesus, praise the Lord.
Thugging for Christ. Thugging for Christ. Hey. They're just terrible.
But there is so much more. There's so much better Christian rap music nowadays.
Absolute. The production is sharp.
They need to recruit Andy Mineo.
Get Garvey.
Married.
Salutes to him.
Andy Mineo, Lecrae.
My man, Propaganda. Jay Givens out there. West Coast Brothers doing it.
All the good ones.
But these preachers, man, in general, they kind of sounded really scared to criticize each other. That was one of the most disappointing things. Because you heard so much works righteousness being applied in their conversations, and they're just out there sounding like the disciples. It reminded me a lot of the episode in the Gospels where all the disciples were like, yo, when we get to heaven, I'm gonna be sitting right up there in VIP with Jesus because I'm the best one out here. And just really, really not humbling themselves at all, really just pushing themselves to the top. And that really kind of was disappointing, you know what I'm saying? So let's run through how we do these rankings. We rank the couples because we view them as a unit. We don't want to separate them. They're a unit. You know what I'm saying?
But are they technically a unit? The ones that one of them is not technically a unit because they don't have an official.
They're a unit for the intents and purposes of our show. Maybe not for tax purposes, but for these purposes, yes. So I'm gonna say number 5. I've put Diedrich and his wife at the bottom. How you feel about that?
I'm going to say Bishop.
No.
Yeah.
No Jones. All right, I respect that. Maybe
because she got real crunk.
Yeah, she did.
And I don't know. Yeah. I put them at the bottom.
So I put 4th. Then I put Diedrich in them. And 3rd, I think I'll put McClendon.
Yeah. Because we just really didn't hear much of him. Just one scene.
Yeah, just get it together. Just be on. If you're gonna be on the show,
and who was so busy,
yeah, he couldn't. He don't even want to hang out with the other bishops.
But I was surprised that he's even in the show after.
I didn't expect that either.
Because of all the bad things he said about the show.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd be in the show at all.
Right.
But so he's 3rd place.
Number 2, you gonna put Gangster Gibson.
Okay.
And Pastor Gibson, and then Hazelip's number 1. For those of y'all who are new to these power rankings, basically for our intents and purposes, the Gibsons and the Hazelips sort of trade off number 1 and number 2, because I think that they make the least mockery of the gospel with this show. I actually appreciate what they have to say. I'm really disappointed in the theme of this show thus far. And will not be afraid to share that with y'all because I really think they can do better. They have to do better. I don't see how watching this show would have made anyone want to go to church.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand this show is trying to show people how pastors really are. Right. And like they're real people, they go through real stuff. But at the same time, you don't want to go to church with a hypocrite.
Right. Let's get it together.
They have to try and strive to do better.
Yeah, I'm with that, man. I'm with that. So y'all know what it is. Hit us up on Twitter, ChrisB06. What's your Twitter, baby? Salubrious Bree. Gosh, maybe don't hit her. Just hit me up because she don't even know on Twitter. God, that's terrible. Get together.
Salubriously Bree.
Man, we don't know how to spell that. I'm gonna put that on it's gonna be on YouTube. You see it in the comments. We put the Twitter handle. Y'all know what it is. Yo, listen to songs that can do no wrong every single weekday, 2 p.m., 6 p.m. on soundboothradio1.com. Past episodes on mixcloud.com/STCDNW. We out.